Let's see this come up. All right, cool. We got that going. Put you over here. Oh, Lord have mercy. I didn't mean to do that. And put you there. Get that out. Expand it. We are good to go. And I will turn this down
Power off.
until we get to the Q&A. Okay, I think we're good to go, people. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road and get to these charts. So let me switch screens and then we're good to go. And again, thanks everybody for your patience. All right, and we're going to be sharing screen number 1. All right, there we go. All right, you guys, cool. So good morning to everybody. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Uncle P if this is your first time. And I want to go over our little simple rules so everybody's on the same page, and then we're going to get straight to the charts and yak about that. Number one, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you're seeking financial advice, please seek out a financial advisor. I'm not here to do financial advising. When we talk about financial advising, what we're referring to is things such as wanting to discuss taxes, wanting to discuss how to set up an IRA, 401k, and trade in those accounts. I don't get into all that. I have bookkeepers. I have a specific bookkeeping company who does all the transactions, check every transaction we do, sends a report over to our accounting firm, and then the accounting firm double checks everything that's going on to make sure everything looks legit, on the same page and so forth. And then from there, the accounting firm reports everything that we're doing over to the IRS. Okay. So I have 2 layers of people who does all that for me. I don't get involved in that at all. So I don't give that advice. I wish I could, and I could get my license, the series license and this and that to kind of go over that stuff with you guys. But the truth of the matter is, there's so many people out there who can do it, such as your tax people, whatever. So I prefer you just go with them. All right. But again, I don't give that. We just look at the charts and say, okay, well, charts, what are you talking about today? And that's what we do. That's what we do. Okay. All right. Number 2, please make sure that when we get to the question and answer period that your background noise is under control, because this is being recorded for playback and people do want to hear your question. They do want to hear my answer, but they can't do that if it's too much noise. So please make absolutely sure that your background noise is under control. Okay. Please make sure that you are using disposable income. Disposable income simply means just that. It's disposable. You're not using rent money, bill money, or anything else that should be allocated to pay bills with. Okay. That is not what we're doing here. That is not what we're doing. Okay. So please make sure that you use disposable income. What you should be doing is starting with a demo account first. After you're done in the demo account, then you move over to a live account or a prop firm account, whatever you want to do. But let me say this about prop firms. Also, there's a new sheriff in town that's happening where brokerages are now opening up their own personal prop firm, which is smart. I think that's a brilliant idea. I keep telling myself, Lord have mercy, what is wrong with me? I'm in the wrong business. I keep doing the wrong things. And these people are just making money hand over fist because they're doing things smartly. So what they decided to do is, instead of you using our brokerage to run your prop firm, why don't we just be the brokerage and the prop firm all in one and keep the money in house? So that's what a lot of these brokers are doing. I will still say this, though, to new traders, especially you've seen this because the delusion with new traders is that you're always going to have a hot win streak. And that's not so. Okay. That's not so. And that's one of the things that I had gleaned from my meeting with those 2 institutional traders on yesterday. They go through the same thing. Nobody's alleviated from what happens in the markets. You can be on a hot win streak, and then all of a sudden, tumultuous markets like this happens, and there's just really nothing you can do about it except for hang on for the ride. Okay, that's all your choices. That is your choice. Okay, so for them and for us, what we have to learn to do is just to be patient and to go with the flow. Okay, go with the flow. You can't make the markets do what they want, what you want. I wish we could. If we could, all of us would be billionaires by now, but it's not like that. Okay. So therefore, what you learn to do is start off with a demo account. And this is why this is critically important. I want everybody to hear this. Okay. The reason why it is so important for you to start with demos is because, let me give it to you guys like this. What happens with the retail trader, okay? Retail traders, we win a couple of trades and then instantly we think, okay, I got it. I'm ready to go. I got it. Let me start with an account, or let me start with a prop firm account. And you start using, whether you start with your own live account with $500 or $200, or you start with a demo account. Well, that's what they're actually giving you when you're going through a prop firm. They're giving you a demo account, just so you know. Okay. But anyway, the point is that you pay them to go with a prop firm challenge because you passed a few trades. The problem is, people, when the markets hit turbulent weather, as they will do from time to time, if you have ever rode on a plane, that thing can go for miles and miles and miles without any bumps. All of a sudden, you will hear the captain, and I'm just following up on what Dr. Miles Monroe was talking about because he was mentioned about that. Okay. You will hit turbulence. And I don't like how dark this camera is. Oh gosh, I don't like this lighting. I don't like that at all. This is terrible lighting. Hold on, y'all. Oh, this is terrible. That I don't like. I got to figure that out. Wonderful camera, but I don't like this lighting at all. So anyway, point is, you'll hit turbulence. You'll hear the pilot come on and say, hey guys, put on your seatbelts and this and that because we're getting into a turbulent area and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So it was riding smooth for miles and miles and miles. You were riding over cities and entire states, and then you hit this one area where there's turbulence. One of the areas I don't like flying over is Colorado. Okay. I don't like flying over Colorado because I don't know if it's due to the mountains or whatever it is, but typically when we're flying over Colorado, all of a sudden, put the seatbelts on and it's just turbulent rides. I remember we was on one of them bougie private jets going into Vegas one time. Went on a private jet in Vegas. And oh my God, I will never do that again. Never. Because it was riding smooth. It was cool. I was sitting there talking with the pilot and everything. I mean, it was cool until we hit into a certain area. All of a sudden, the thing was just jumping up and down. And because it was a smaller plane than your regular 747s, the turbulence it went through, I swore up and down. I thought we was going to die. I swear up and down. Look, bro, just land the plane in the desert and I'm willing to walk. I don't want to be on here no more. That's how turbulent it was. Then when it got past that area, it went smooth and landed. Everybody hear what I'm saying? Type of 20 if you hear what I'm saying. I want to make sure you guys are getting this. That is what the markets are like. It can run smooth. And this is why a lot of retail traders are blowing up accounts, because you didn't have enough time to go through all weather events to make sure you understood how to handle challenges, whether it's good weather, mild weather, whether the market is just frozen still because it's waiting on news events. You haven't had enough time in the driver's cockpit to see, can you handle all weather conditions? You're trained to look at a strategy and you look at your indicators, and it's supposed to work every single time. But when you have turbulent situations, which the market itself will give you, okay, think of you as the driver of the plane, but the market is the atmosphere. You have zero control over the atmosphere. Type of amen if that makes sense to you guys. I want to make sure you guys are getting this. The atmosphere is the market itself. You, with your trading system, indicator strategy, that's you and the airplane. That's what you can control. You're in the cockpit and you're trying to put in your flight plan saying, okay, I think this is going to go up. I think this is going to do this. I think it's going to do that. Okay, that's a great idea. Cool. You got a trading plan. You got your trading tools or indicators. Got it. Understood. But when you put that up in the atmosphere takes over. And you have a plan to navigate through that thing, but it can throw you some curveballs where you have that turbulence. And when you hit turbulence, how then do you handle it? Everybody understand what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys have not had enough time to deal with markets when they get like this, which has been happening for the last 3 weeks. You have major news that just blew up the market. The following week, right before Easter, there was more turbulence. Now this week, you have job reports all over the place. And so it's just turbulence. And some of you guys, this is new for you. You're wondering, okay, what is going on? What is this now? I think I need to know this and that. And no. As when I do that video for you guys about my 5 hours I spent with these 2 institutional traders on yesterday, you're going to see what they have to say about it. Because it happens to everybody. Everybody's driving their own plane, but guess what? It's the same thing. Everybody's driving their own plane, but everybody's driving it in the same weather called the market. And when the market is having a hissy fit, there is zero you can do except for hang on for the ride and get through it, because one thing you know, it won't last forever. But your account may not last. Why? Because you didn't have enough time underneath your belt. Truth of the matter, write this in your notes, okay? Robert, you got that right. He said bad storms could pop up out of nowhere. That is such as news events that just hit the market, like what happened the other day. I was trying to get a couple of quick hits in. They were perfect setups. Perfect. I mean, I couldn't ask for nothing better. Boy, I went to sleep and woke up around London time and boom, storms hit. Man, it was just thunderstorm. Pow, 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 pow. And it caused the market to just spike. One of the things I know is, having traded for long enough, some of you newbies, write this in your notes, you do not have to wait for it to hit your stop loss or take profit. If things are not going right and you're saying that it's hitting turbulent weather out of the blue, like Robert just said, cut the trade so that you can minimize your losses. Okay? You can minimize the losses. I do that all the time. I will cut it quick if I see that, okay, we hit turbulent weather and it's potentially on its way down to hit my stop. Now, here's the deal. I want to give a little caveat on that so you don't just cut them every single time it drops 2 or 3 pips, you panicking because you're watching it all the time. No, if I know that the market is being hit through a lightning storm of unexpected weather due to news being broadcasted out, then at that point, yes, what I will do is I'll go ahead and cut the trade to minimize the losses, because I know I can always make it back. Okay. So like the other day, wheels down like what, 60 pips? Okay, that ain't nothing. I made back 20 of them last night. So I'm still down 40 pips. Okay, that's cool. That's manageable. If I would let everything hit, yeah, we're probably looking about maybe 200 pips worth of loss. Give me a second. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Hold on. How can I help you?
Hello, my name is JJ. I'm with Master Services. I'm just handling your animal marine special force, all right?
Yeah, you guys, can you call me and schedule? Because I'm actually teaching the class and my wife is in her office teaching as well.
I did try calling, and I believe I speak to your wife. She said that she was going to call us back, but she never did.
Okay, are you just doing the outside? Just outside of the house?
I can do the outside right now, and then I'll just leave this on the door so she could schedule it inside.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, you too. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. All right. So I have warranties on this house, and I didn't know my wife had scheduled for them to come out and check on that. Boy, I don't like this camera. I wish I can just stop it real quick and get my other one. This one, it's a nice camera, but it's too dark. I don't like the lighting on it. Way too dark. Oh, this is irritating me. Yeah, it's like I'm in a dark room or something. I don't like it. Anyway, let me get back on point. All right, so here's the point. The point is, what I'm saying is, for some of you guys, the biggest thing you're going to learn is to give yourself enough time in your demo account. The demo account is not just about you testing out your strategy. Oh God. Well, all right. Let me go into this one too while we're here. And some of you guys, you really need to hear this. You're not being told everything you need to know. One of the biggest mistakes is, which is why I have been telling you guys for the longest, when people go and say, I'm going to back test indicators. Oh, I've been saying this for the longest. Guys, back testing means zero to me. Well, I'm going to check 6 months back. Okay, but that makes zero sense to me. Why? You say, okay, well, here's the reason why. I've been saying this for long. Because did you check the weather report to see whether you was actually going to be taking trades during that time? For an example, we have NFP coming up this Friday. So if you're backtesting an indicator, did you include the fact that there was a storm that was hitting during that time? Are you understanding what I'm saying? So if you go in and check for accuracy of indicators, you should go back and test and say, okay, on the day that that thing lost, let me check my news history to see, was there any news event that happened that day? Because if it did, that means the trading system had nothing to, or your strategy, because you could be doing moving averages, you could be doing Donchian channels, Elliott wave theory. I don't care what your strategy is. The point is, in order for you to get an accurate idea of whether it is accurate or not, you can't just slide it through a play button that says, okay, push play, and then, okay, that was a winner, that was a loser, that was a winner, that was a loser. You can't do that. You have to take into account the weather that it was dealing with on that day, called news. 2 weeks ago was the worst I've seen, and it was cataclysmic bad. I haven't seen that much news piled up into, I don't know if they're doing something new for 2024. I really don't know. This 2024 has been ugly as far as what the market itself is doing, meaning MT4 MetaQuotes is having divorces with other companies, and now they're trying to bring in C traders, and then you got the prop firms, a lot of them falling downhill, and now you got your brokers trying to pick up and be prop firms, and then you got the 5 out of the 7 countries that we trade their currencies on a regular basis, all of them piled in and wanted to do interest rates and inflation news all in the same week. I ain't seen none of that stuff all this time, many years. But all of a sudden in 2024, everything going crazy. Is it just me or anybody else see exactly what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? And this is what you want to back test. You have to back test the strategy with what was the weather on that day. Was it clear weather and it still failed many times? If it was clear weather, meaning no news events, and it was still failing, at that point, I would be like, you know what? We probably need a new strategy. Okay. But if you back test and you realize, oh, you know what? Oh, this happened that day, that happened that day, this happened, that happened. Okay. At that point, you can be like, nah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Well, I think we're all right. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Let me give you tip number 2. Put this in your notes. So don't ever forget this. When you trade turbulent seasons, it's going to happen. Okay. Turbulent seasons are going to happen. The biggest thing you want to do to control turbulent seasons in your life. All right. There you go. Yeah. Here I am. All right. Cool. All right. The best thing to do to control turbulent seasons in your life is to minimize how much you're putting on each trade. You know you're going to get hit, but you don't got to get hit that bad. So for an example, if you're trading a $100,000 account and you're using, let's just say, one standard lot, $10 a pip, that's fine. Okay. But if you know you're going to get hit with news and you're still going to be in some trades, then just go half a lot. 0.50, go half. Therefore, if you do get hit with news, then guess what? It will only hit you small. It will be small hits. It won't be that big of a deal. Cut your trade lot size in half. You said, well, Uncle P, when is the news? Check my news event videos every Sunday. Okay. Except for this past Sunday, it was Easter, so I did it on Monday. But outside of that, I'll typically try to give you guys heads up on big news events so you're aware of the weather. I'm trying to be the weatherman for the Forex market to give you turbulent news in advance so you're not caught off by surprise. which is what happens with retail traders. You guys are caught off most of the time by surprise because before you place your trades, you never check the news. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Is this making sense to you guys? How do I increase my winning percentage? By listening to what I'm telling you. News, a matter of fact, I'm considering working with this other lady, which I'm strongly doing that. I told you guys, I still feel like I'm just a student. I am just a student. I am just a student. I don't give a flying fart what these people say. Oh, he trying to be one of them gurus. I have never claimed to be and never will claim to be a guru. Never. I don't want the title. I don't care about titles. That stuff don't matter. Titles don't put money under your belt. Work does. So for me, I put in the work. I'm still trying to educate myself. And so there's this lady who used to trade for Chase Bank. And she's been on MSNBC and many TV stations. I'm considering working with her as well. As an apprentice, I want to learn from her too. I never want to stop learning. Never. Because what they teach you is how to handle these types of situations. Okay? Is everybody understanding what I'm saying? I want to make sure everybody's clear. Get your expectations cleared up because I think a lot of you guys, your expectations are off on what you should be expecting when it comes to these markets. You're going to have beautiful seasons. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful seasons. It's going to happen and you can make a lot of money. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. But when there's a week or 2 or 3 weeks, whatever, of turbulence, that comes with the market. That comes with the territory. That's like trying to say I want to, and I can't wait to see this fight with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I can't wait to see that fight. That's going to be amazing. But I don't care which one of them win. One thing I do know for sure, if I see any of them in that ring talking about, I know you just didn't hit me, okay, then you should not be in the ring. Because whether you win the fight, lose the fight, whatever, one thing is guaranteed, you gonna get hit. Floyd Mayweather has a impeccable record of never being beat, as far as I know, went his whole career without losing a fight. But one thing that happened to him, he got punched. And you're going to get punched in this market. You're going to get socked in your mouth, but you just got to keep coming back, knowing full well that if I stick to the plan, I'm going to succeed. It's just turbulent weather. Okay? Everybody clear on what I'm saying? Everybody clear on what I'm saying? If you don't get nothing out of anything I ever teach, this is the most important thing you can learn. Weather the storms. This is why it's important for you to stay in the demo account. Some of you guys, you're so quick to jump out of your demo account. The demo account is not just so you can learn and see if your strategy is worthwhile, but it's also need to be put to the test of all weather conditions. And some of you guys, you just taking these 2 or 3 trades when it's summertime and beautiful weather, and you go right into a live account. And then when the turbulent season hit, you crying, what's going on, man? Why is it? Because you didn't test it in the snow. Is it durable in the snow? Can it handle the cold? Can it handle the thunderstorm? Can it handle the rain? Can it handle getting wet? Can it handle all conditions? You don't know because you're too busy in a hurry trying to quit your 9 to 5. And truth be told, now say this and let's go to question and answer period. And we'll go to charts as well. Truth be told, you're going to realize as a full-time trader, it is boring as heck. Boring. One of the reasons why I listen to some of Nancy's conversations, she's in a meeting now, helping some people. And the reason why I can hear it is because all I'm doing is sitting around twiddling my thumbs trying to find something to do. Matter of fact, I'm going to get on my John Deezy this afternoon and I call my John Deezy. I got me one of the riding lawnmowers, instead of playing the lawn people. I'm like, I'm here all day. I can do it myself, So I'm going to get on my John Deezy. Now, when you getting excited about getting on your John Deezy to cut your lawn, you know something's wrong. Okay, so don't be in a rush. This is why other people start other businesses. I'm looking at doing some other things because you're going to be bored anyway. So it's no rush to quit your 9 to 5 or whatever, what happens is that it will alleviate the pressure of needing all your ends to be met through your 9 to 5. But then when you finally get the hang of this trading stuff and you really do it full time, at the end of the day, you'd be like, you know what, this is cool. Because you know what, if they ever act a fool on me, I can quit. But if I still go in just because I'm bored and just, giving myself something to do, you'll feel less pressure. Less pressure. That's all you want is less pressure. Okay. I remember the day I quit, and I told y'all a long time ago, I remember the day I quit my job. And they wanted me to stay. Why? I was a faithful, good employee for that medical device company. I was one of the top sales guys. But then the CEOs came in and threw us a big old get together in a movie theater. They rented out a movie theater for all the staff, had us with my favorite food, donuts. Oh, they laid it out. And then when they got to talking about the new product, and we all like, oh, this is going to be exciting. We're going to make even more money and commissions and all these different things on the new product. And come to find out, they said, yeah, we're going to bring out these new products and this and that, but we're going to cut commission because last quarter we weren't so profitable and this and that. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm top sales guy, one of the top guys. Look, y'all floating off of me. And so everybody got upset and they got pissed. But here's the deal. That was when I was trading. I was trading on the side. And I remember I said, you know what? So y'all going to bring out a new product. You want me to work twice as hard, but you're going to cut my commission? I said, no. On the drive back to the office, I was praying. And then I called Nancy and I said, babe, here's what's going on. She said, well, it's fine by me. And that was the last job I had. That was back in 2018 or something like that. 2018. And that's when I started Super Easy. I walked away. I didn't need it. It was nice and fun to be there, but I didn't need it. Everybody understand this? Type of 400 if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I call it my John Deezy. That's John Deere, riding along about John Deere, the green and yellow. I call it my John Deezy. The hood one. Should put some hood stuff. No, I'm just playing. Put some spinners on my lawnmower. I'm just playing. Anyway, do y'all get what I'm saying? It's a mentality, but I had to go through the storms. The storms of trading. Everything that's not going to be easy peasy. And some of you guys, the first loss you take, you quit. The first hit, you quit. You're not consistent with anything. And that's part of the problem. You're not consistent. And I'm going to tell you one last thing, and then let's get to question and answer period, and then I can go over charts. If you have charting questions, let's go straight into the charts. But let me educate you guys on something. This market is very inconsistent. The problem is in this relationship, this financial relationship that you have with this market, one of you have to be the stable one. You both can't be crazy at the same time. Okay? You both cannot be crazy at the same time. Only one of you guys can be crazy. The market is crazy. It can go off like nobody's business, just like that. A news event happened, boom, it's going crazy. Okay? Unexpected, unanticipated behavior. But you cannot be the person who is also crazy. If you ever see two crazy people in a relationship, you already know that relationship is doomed, and God forbid they have children. They spawn in children out of their madness, and they're expecting that relationship to work just because they know how to have sex. Just because you know how to have sex don't mean you need to be producing children if you're crazy. You may be fine, but you're still crazy. But if you have one person, as a matter of fact, I was listening to a conversation with a couple the other day, and the gentleman said, well, you know what I love about my wife is because she balances me out. His wife is a lot more calmer in personality than him. So it kind of balances each other. But when they are both going crazy, you already know nothing good is going to come from that. So it's the same thing with these markets. The markets will have temperaments. They will fly off the handle. News will hit it. And And you have to be the stable person to come in and say, okay, we can handle that. One of the ways I'm going to do this, if I choose to be in this trade, guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to reduce my lot size so that if you go off too far, then guess what? I'll take the hit, but it won't impact me so much, and I'll have enough money to trade another day when you're much calmer. See, one person can be emotional, the other one has to be logical. But they cannot both be emotional. And truth be told, some of you guys right now, if you don't hear anything else from me today or ever again, that's fine. One of your biggest problems is when you're trading, you're far too emotional. The market is very temperamental and emotional, but so are you. Type of amen if y'all know I'm telling the truth. Not about you, but about your cousin who's trying to trade. You know, just your cousin, not you. Your cousin who's trying to trade. Highly emotional. Every trade is a matter of fact, you know what? That was a funny thing. I'll share this one. And then, like I said, I'll do my video later today or tomorrow about my 5-hour meeting with the two institutional traders. They were out of London. I had to be up at I went to the meeting at 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. I was up in the meeting and it lasted for 5 hours. I didn't expect it to last that long. I thought it was just going to be an hour or two, but it lasted 5 hours. And they gave me their strategy and everything, which I'll give you guys in the video. I'll tell you what their strategy is and all that kind of stuff. And if you want to use it, that's fine. I don't really care. But the point is that even with them, they were talking about the same thing that I'm sharing with you. It's a mentality. It's a mentality. Okay. All right. I'll stop there. We'll go through the charts if anybody wants to. Like I said, here's what I did. I went to my 4-hour and I saw that there was some spiking going on with a couple of pairs. The AUDs and the NZDs had some spikes, some nice spiking that was happening, which is cool. Okay. The JPY is very weak right now. This was a trade I really wanted to take, but the Swiss, the CHF has been so weak. Oh my God. I saw this and I was like, I should take this trade, but I shouldn't. But I was actually right. It created, here's a low, here's a higher low. So when it was sitting here this morning, I actually saw this trade and I was thinking about getting into it because the situation is that the CHF, the Swiss, is weak, but the JPY is weaker. It's weaker than the rest. Because what's happening is that the JPY, their government has not jumped in to intervene the free fall of what's going on with the JPY. They're not raising interest rates, and therefore they had a chance to jump in and make a correction to that to save their currency value, and they are not doing it. They haven't done it yet, so therefore that's the reason why the JPY pairs are going upwards. And you'll see this here. See, constantly going up, all of them against the JPY. Okay, because they're not intervening to save their currency. However, look at this big, massive drop on the CHF. The CHF, which is the Swiss, it did bounce, created this double bottom. The double bottom was it created this low, then created a higher low. Again, most of you guys who've been trading with me for years know the one pair that I call the sneaky pair that I do not trust is the CHF. Now, it's great for trend trading, but when it comes to reversals, it's very hard to catch them. So let me say this up front. If you're a person who's trying to do reversal trades with the CHF pair and you're not experienced with it, don't. Take that one off your list. Take it off your list. That right there is going to help increase your winning percentage because it's very hard to know, because one of the problems with the CHF is it doesn't have a lot of news events that come out scheduled, but it can be schizophrenic. Okay. So if you're ever going to look at trading the CHF, it's better to trend trade that or use the ocean wave to trade the CHF than it is to do reversal trading. Okay. You get faked out a whole lot. A whole lot. Now, when you back test and you look backwards at it, yeah, everything is going to make sense when you look backwards. But before then, when you're in the trade, I would just advise you guys as your coach, stay away from that pair, okay, for reversals. Unless it's just absolutely, something you just cannot resist because the setup looked just so sexy. Okay, then do your thing, but go in half lot, half position. Whatever position size you was going to use, go in half the size on it. I don't trust that. That's the one pair I do not trust at all. Oh, well, there's one more. AUD, NZD. I don't trust that one either. Okay. I don't like that one. Okay. But that's just me. That's my preference. Do what you want. Okay. Let's keep rolling. This one, the euro had bounced a bit off of good news, which happened the other day. Okay. It had came out with unexpected good news because we were all expecting some bad news from the reports that was coming out, but unexpected good news came out. And so therefore the euro had jumped up. Okay. The pound is getting pounded. It's still in bad position. To be honest with you, it doesn't have a good economy going on over there right now. So it's up in the air on what's popping with that. So not much there. That's why you see all this bing, 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 bing. If you look at this, it looked like an accordion. See what I'm saying? Just accordion kind of look across the mall. Now look at this CHF. See GBP CHF. See how it went up. CHF was weak. It was very weak. Okay. So therefore, like I said, guys, this week, it really hasn't been a lot of prettiness this week. Okay. So if you thought it was just you, no, it's across the board. It really hasn't been a pretty week yet. Okay. And I think we're coming to the end of the storm, but we're still in a storm, to be honest with you guys. Everybody clear on that? Okay. So if you thought it was just you, hey, it's hard to find great opportunities. No, it's not just you. It's across the board. And that's because of the economic data that's coming out on all these different countries, certain things that are coming out that's making the markets really, really on edge. And so therefore, once these news events and these things come out and they're finished, then at that point, we'll see the sunny days come back around. But in the meantime, we have to let the market finish and just flush out all this bad stuff, let it get it out of its system, and then we'll resume back to normal market conditions. Okay. All right. Robert said the hurricane is over, but the remnants remain. You got it. There you go. There you go. You got it. And Fed Chairman Powell is talking today. Then you have NFP coming out on Friday, which is job reports. And you know what? Here's the deal. I'll say this one more thing. Go ahead and start raising hands if you have questions. If not, we'll go ahead and end class. But let me say this to you guys. The lady who I want to talk with or start working with, because I want to glean information from her as well. And anything I learn, I'll pass it along to you guys. That's what I do all the time. Like in this video that I'm going to be sharing, these guys, they're making plenty of money. I don't care. They can kiss my behind. I'm going to be working with them, by the way. Behind the scenes, I'm going to be doing some things with them as well. But the truth of the matter is, they're so far up the ladder, and they're institutional traders. And you're going to find how simple their strategy is. It is just dumb, stupid, simple. I mean, it's just dumb, stupid, simple, but they just have a lot more patience. And when I tell you what it is, you guys going to see exactly what I mean. Okay. But I'll share that in that video. So just be on the lookout today or tomorrow for that video where I go over my 5 hours with the institutional traders. Okay. But the one thing that I like this other lady about is because she's an expert in news events, fundamentals. She's huge on fundamental news. Huge on it. And the reason why is because she used to be one of the top traders for Chase Bank. And she actually has been on television. I used to see her on MSNBC and all these financial channels. She used to be on there talking. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking about rocking with her, see what's popping off, because that is what's driving the markets as we speak right now. It's the fundamentals. It's the news. That's what's impacting the markets. And when that happens, you can't. There's just nothing you can do. You have to wait till that pass. Okay. You got to wait. You got to wait. And this is why I'm telling you guys, as students, stay in your demo account just a little bit longer, not just for your strategy, but to put it up against market conditions like this, because you can test your. Let me say this like this, and then we're done, okay? Because I don't see any hands, and we can end with this. Let me give it to you guys like this. Here's what you're doing when you're playing around with your indicators and you run it through the back tester and all these little funny things. It's kind of like a person who just bought an aircraft, but you're constantly playing in the cockpit while the plane is on the ground. And then all of a sudden you wait for summer because some of you guys are scared. I don't want to drive that plane. It look too cloudy outside. Okay, so you wait for perfect weather, and then you put the plane up in the air, and it actually runs smooth. And you say, okay, I drove it for about 2 or 3 hours, and it works pretty good. You land the plane, and that's that. Now you say, okay, I think I want to be a full-time pilot. Keep in mind, you waited until the storm passed. You don't want to drive it in the clouds. It got to be pretty puffy clouds, little California clouds. I used to live in Cali a long time. Little puffy clouds, little cute little clouds. Just not too many, not too many. No. I need to have blue skies. Blue skies only, please. And then that's when you test. Okay. You go out for a couple hours and then you're done. Now you're going full force talking about, okay, I'm ready to be a pilot. And you invite people onto the plane. Problem is, if you're only waiting for a few puffy clouds and mostly blue skies, then you're really not a pilot. Because guess what? A pilot runs through rain, through storms, unless there's lightning. Then they say, okay, we got to sit on the ground for a couple hours. I remember one time I was on a plane and I think we was transitioning through Dallas or something like that. And they had us sitting on the runway for about 2 hours. The plane wouldn't even move because there was a lightning storm. But then when the lightning storm was over, the lightning passed, but the storm was still coming in. They still took off and they flew through the weather. Wow, those pilots, they learn how to navigate through all weather conditions. You want to test and play around when it's pretty outside. Okay. All right. Keep blowing your accounts and keep giving these prop firms your money. Because guess what? When you start really trading live, you're going to be in real weather conditions. And they're not going to be pretty puffy cloud blues. Everybody understand what I'm saying? This is real. When you get up in here, it's happening. It's happening. It's for real. No more playing around. Okay. Any questions for me today? Any questions? Any chart questions? Anything before I shut down class today? Going once? Going twice? All right, cool. All right, you guys. Well, guess what? I'll go ahead and end class. Thank you for joining me today. Here's the deal. I really wanted to just talk in your head because, again, this is what I learned from these people. That it really wasn't the strategy. When I tell you what their strategy is in this video coming up on YouTube, you're going to be like, I know you got to be kidding me. No, I'm not kidding you at all. Kidding you. No, that was it. Are you freaking kidding me? This is all y'all doing? So y'all telling me you make all this money and this all y'all doing? Man, my stuff is better. Man, my stuff is better than theirs. Oh, hold on. We got one question. Robert, go ahead. Unmute. Hold on. Let me turn this speaker on.
Power on.
All right, go right ahead, Robert. Hi, Robert.
Just a quick reminder that about that fix for people that couldn't download all these installation files from the MetaQuotes web.
Hold on one second.
These highs here.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
So I'm going to take a buy on GJ as well.
Hold on.
Power off.
Let me see what's going on. Give me a second, Robert. Hold on. Let me pause this for a second and see what's happening. Because I'm hearing other people talking too. Give me a second. Whew. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right, let me do it like this. Hold on 1 second, Robert. Don't go nowhere.
Power on.
Breakout.
Power off.
What the heck is going on? Guys, I don't know what is popping off, what is happening. Okay, so here's, I don't want to hold everybody up. So Robert, do me a favor. Go ahead and type your question. Okay, so Robert was saying, if you're in my group, he was just simply saying there was the MQL5 fix. He posted a link on that for those who are having trouble with that download, for trying to download. If you're having issues with that, and he was saying that he posted that in there. Okay. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end for today. I pray that this was helpful. And
Hello, can I ask a question? Sorry.
next week. And CC Group, make sure to look at the video I posted into the chat for you guys. And I'll post it also into the Simplicity group. Okay. All right, you guys, be blessed. Have a great week.
Hello.